Have you ever caught yourself scrolling, procrastinating, or making excuses while your dreams wait quietly in the background? That feeling of laziness, it's heavier than it seems, and it silently steals your potential. But today, that ends. Right now, you have the power to take control of your life, to shake off the comfort that holds you back, and to ignite the fire inside you. No more waiting, no more hesitation. It's time to rise, push past the inertia, and step fully into the life you were meant to live. The choice is yours. No one enters this world as a hero. No one is born fully confident or unshakably strong. Those qualities are formed over time through experience, discipline, and self-respect. Strength develops based on how you treat yourself. Step by step, decision by decision, you construct a foundation, your character, your mindset, your identity, that prepares you to face whatever life places in front of you. 16 years of repetitive, exhausting work, that is how people are shaped. If you are unwilling to commit for the long term, do not expect transformation. There are no hidden formulas, no instant solutions, no shortcuts. If you dislike where your life is right now, that discomfort is your signal. Change begins there. I am speaking directly to you. You are not worn out yet. What is draining you is pretending to be someone you are not. You keep losing because you are chasing approval from people who have not even learned to accept themselves. When will you decide to release the crowd's opinion and choose your own? Courage matters, patience matters. We do not perform at our best when others are watching. We reveal who we truly are when no one is around. The unseen effort defines you more than the words you speak. Some days are exhausting. Some days feel empty. But when the work is done, something changes inside you. Progress happens quietly. Step by step, you win the internal battle again. Delayed gratification changes everything. Real growth requires repeating the same work daily while making steady progress. Impatience destroys consistency. Those who endure are the ones who last. Anything worthwhile that anyone ever accomplishes requires preparation, repetition, and consistent effort over time. Skill is rarely an accident. It is built through doing the work again and again. So when you say, I don't know what to do, and your response is to wait until clarity shows up, that decision quietly keeps you frozen. Instead, create an imperfect plan, then act on it. Even if the execution fails, you gain something valuable, information. You learn what works, what doesn't, and what needs adjustment. That knowledge only comes through action. Remaining stuck while you wait for certainty makes you older, more frustrated, and no wiser. You collect no data, you gain no momentum. An imperfect plan put into motion is more powerful than endless hesitation. Yes, it will take years. Yes, it will demand effort. Yes, it will feel uncomfortable. But what alternative were you counting on? You already know it will be slow. You already know it will test you. That has never been the real issue. The real issue is that part of you is still hoping for an easier route, a faster option, a painless way through. There isn't one. There is only the work, the repetition, the quiet seasons where progress feels invisible, the stretch where no one applauds and nothing seems to happen. Most people cannot tolerate that stage. So they quit, or they stall, or they restart over and over, convincing themselves they are preparing. Time will pass regardless. So what was the plan instead? Scrolling, rewriting the same strategy for the 15th time, talking about potential without applying it. This is the exchange life offers. Endure discomfort now through discipline, or endure regret later through avoidance. Those are the options. One hurts briefly, the other lingers. Failure is not wasted. It reveals where adjustment is needed. Each misstep exposes weakness that can be strengthened. Positive self-talk without action is deception. If you never prepared for the exam, confidence alone will not carry you through it. Real belief is reinforced by evidence, and evidence is built through effort. You must place yourself in the moment repeatedly, again and again, long before success shows up. Achievement follows a pattern. Clear direction, daily learning, daily building, persistence, refinement. These must outrank everything else. Many people don't know what they want because they have never taken the time to identify what they refuse to accept. Many avoid learning because true learning is uncomfortable. It exposes ignorance.
It stretches pride. Most people don't build, they sample. They chase the rush of early progress, then disappear when growth slows. And when failure arrives, many surrender internally. They lose the battle between who they are now and who they could become. Don't live like that. Ask yourself, are you running away from something or moving towards something? Failure can become fuel if you allow it to push you forward. Respect it. Fear it enough to prepare seriously. The most accomplished individuals are deeply aware of what loss would cost them. And that awareness drives relentless effort. There is no shortcut. There is no pill. Only resolve. And remember this. Purpose does not have to be your career. It does not need scale. It does not require recognition. Purpose can live in your evenings, on your weekends, in places no one applauds. Purpose is something no one can strip from you. Find what stirs you. Find what troubles you deeply. Allow yourself to care. Then participate. You don't need status. You don't need wealth. When you place what matters to you in service of others, meaning begins to form. The most influential conversation you will ever have is the one you carry within yourself. You wake up with it. You walk with it. Eventually, you act on it. Doing nothing is still a decision. Even without a grand mission, there are skills to sharpen. Preparation matters because opportunity does not announce itself in advance. You cannot choose when inspiration arrives, but you can choose readiness. Life is ongoing effort, continuous growth, sometimes physical, sometimes emotional, sometimes spiritual. Comfort can be deceptive. It creates the illusion of progress where none exists. Discipline teaches endurance. And with each test you survive, you learn how much more you are capable of carrying. And that knowledge changes everything. As long as you keep moving forward, you are proving something to yourself. You are collecting evidence of what you can endure, what you can survive, and what you can become. And in the middle of hardship, when life feels heavy and unforgiving, that realization carries weight. Here is the uncomfortable truth. Responsibility rests with you. Every outcome traces back to you. Think of yourself as the executive of your own life. When a company succeeds, who answers for it? The leader. When it collapses, who answers then? Still the leader. Someone once explained it to me this way. If you reach the end of your life and it does not resemble what you hoped for, the life you wanted to build, the financial freedom you aimed for, the love, fulfillment, experiences, and memories you imagined, who would be accountable? The answer was clear. Me. And if you do create that life, if you build abundance, if you experience joy, connection, and purpose, who deserves the credit? Again, the answer is the same. You. The real struggle begins when you see yourself as powerless. When you frame life as something happening to you instead of something shaped by you, nothing changes until you decide to take ownership. Nothing shifts until you accept the role of leadership in your own life. For something new to enter, something familiar must be released. Sometimes that means letting go of what feels safe. Sometimes it means clearing out old habits, old thinking, old limits. You have to empty the cup. This path was chosen. And yes, it is demanding. It asks more of you than comfort ever will. So the question keeps coming up. Why work this hard? Why put in the hours? Why study longer, train harder, push your limits? Why take notes? Why read? Why practice discipline when no one is watching? Here is the simplest answer. Why not? Now is the moment to reclaim every negative word spoken over you, every label placed on you, every attempt to define your limits. Wear them as proof of survival. You were told you were weak. You were told you would never amount to anything. Good. Let them watch what happens next. Every obstacle meant to break you adds meaning to the victory. Every attempt to push you down becomes part of the climb. That resistance was never accidental. It was shaping the story. Growth does not come from repeating what is easy. Real progress demands unfamiliar effort. Trying something new forces adaptation. It demands discipline today, so regret does not rule tomorrow. Every powerful story has tension. Every meaningful journey includes opposition. That is why stories move us. That is why triumph resonates. It reminds us that perseverance changes outcomes. Look at anyone who has achieved lasting success. There is one shared trait. They committed to the first step, not perfection, not certainty, movement. Every goal, every vision, every ambition begins the same way. You start. Instead of overwhelming yourself with massive plans, focus on structuring your day. Your hours matter. Place small pieces of progress into your daily routine. No matter what you are facing, the grief, the exhaustion, the pain, the unseen battles, you are strong enough to see another day. It is not about being perfect every day. It is about showing up. That became the rule. No matter the mood, no matter the doubt, I showed up. The decision was simple. Either stop or keep going until something breaks through. The message repeated itself daily. If I do not quit, I have not lost. As long as I am still standing, I am still in the game. Defeat may appear along the way, but it does not get the final word. Those moments reveal who you are, what you can withstand, and how you rise again. You are the central figure in this story, no one else. And what you do with the pain matters. You can pass it forward, or you can transform it into purpose. You can let it harden you, or let it refine you. There will always be voices telling you to slow down, to wait, to stop, to settle. Do not hand them the steering wheel. They speak from fear, not vision. They are not protecting your future. They are guarding their comfort. They were placed in your path to measure your strength. They were allowed into your life to see whether you would break or rise. And if you can move through them, if you can clear the noise, let go of the distractions and focus on what truly matters, you give yourself a real chance to build a life that matters. Never forget why you were placed here. You are not an error. You did not arrive by coincidence. You were created with purpose, with intention, with potential that demands effort. The smooth road rarely produces anything meaningful. The path that pays dividends is the difficult one. The resistance, the setbacks, the pressure, the moments where quitting feels justified. Those moments don't just shape results, they shape character. And when people witness that transformation, they begin to see what is possible for themselves. There is honor in persistence. If you only act when you feel inspired, you are surrendering your future to chance. Discipline changes that equation. Discipline means you show up even when the feeling is gone. That is the mechanism. That is the separator. It's the extra repetition when your body wants to stop. The added weight when comfort says you've done enough. The additional mile after you've already fallen. The decision to stand back up. Again. The willingness to make another attempt at the life you want. That single choice creates distance between those who remain average and those who become relentless. In every family, there is one person who shifts the trajectory, one person who pays the price early so others don't have to later, the one who sacrifices sleep, the one who rises before the rest, the one who carries the emotional weight of waiting. And if you're hearing this, you may already be that person. Time is the ultimate test. Give it enough of it, and truth always surfaces. Resistance will show up. Opposition will appear. Obstacles are guaranteed when you pursue something meaningful. They are expected, but they are never allowed to become permanent. Your mind will try to negotiate with you. It will offer alternative tasks, things that feel productive but keep you away from what matters most. If you give in, that habit strengthens. Each surrender reinforces the argument to quit. Anything you allow to win internally grows louder next time. So ask yourself, how do you defeat someone who refuses to stop? How do you break someone who becomes stronger under pressure? Pain does not weaken them. Difficulty sharpens them. Everyone carries problems. The difference is how they respond. You must be the first person who believes in you. Before support arrives, before validation shows up, before anyone else sees it. There will come a moment when you realize what you could have become, and that realization will hurt if comfort was chosen over effort. Fear doesn't disappear through motivation. Hesitation doesn't dissolve through excitement. Those emotions are overridden by structure, by standards, by discipline. I'm nervous. I'm unsure. I'm afraid. I'm second-guessing. All of that gets silenced by action, repeated action. That is the requirement. There are words people repeat to themselves in darkness, statements that anchor them when courage feels distant. Not to deny fear, but to move forward despite it. Life may strike hard, pressure may leave marks, but resilience is choosing to stand unbroken. I didn't arrive here by being fearless. I arrived here by doing the opposite of running away. There was a time I avoided difficulty at all costs. So let me ask you, what pain did you experience that was never processed? Pain happens. Suffering is what occurs when pain is carried forward without resolution. A betrayal ends, yet years later trust is still withheld. A financial loss passes, yet scarcity still dictates decisions. The event is over, but the weight remains. That weight shows up in silence. It surfaces when you are alone with your thoughts, but it does not get to stay. You decide when it ends. Pain is part of growth. The larger the arena you step into, the more resistance you encounter. Suffering, however, is optional. Difficulty exists because growth demands pressure. Think of it like training. Easy resistance changes nothing. Heavy resistance forces adaptation. Strength is built under tension. Life operates the same way. Challenges strain you so that you evolve. But if you drop the weight the moment it feels heavy, you never receive the benefit. Rest when necessary, but do not abandon the process. Progress is earned. Results are earned. Effort matters. Showing up alone accomplishes nothing. Engagement is required. Execution is required. Presence without commitment changes nothing. Life becomes richer when you operate with structure and intention. You don't need a grand vision, just something worth pursuing tomorrow morning. Momentum creates clarity. If you feel lost, it is often because you've been still too long. Stagnation feels confusing. Movement creates direction. The problem is not that it's hard. The problem is not fear. The problem is believing it shouldn't be this way, when this is exactly what growth feels like. These challenges were part of the agreement you accepted when you decided to pursue more. They are the price of entry. Those who achieve and those who don't are rarely separated by talent. They are separated by endurance, by consistency, by the refusal to stop giving themselves a chance, getting up again, moving forward again, applying pressure again. Eventually, something connects. Eventually, momentum builds. I wanted to become someone better. I kept visualizing what was possible. As long as you are breathing, as long as you are capable of effort, as long as you apply discipline and follow a plan, the work continues. What many people struggle with today is consistency. The discipline to stay aligned with the path once they choose it. Because in the end, it's not defined by the actions people see. It's defined by identity. What moves you forward may open the door, but what sustains you is who you become once you walk through it. Integrity matters. Character matters. Choosing what is right over what is convenient shapes everything. The way you carry yourself, the way you treat others, the way you operate when no one is watching. That is the difference. There are individuals who live with intention and others who simply react. And that distinction shows up over time. If you avoid risk entirely, you eventually lose far more than you protect. Risk creates fear, but regret cuts deeper. Security and success is often imagined. Growth demands courage, respect, resilience, and meaningful outcomes exist beyond comfort. Stand firm in the presence of fear. Take ownership of your life. You are given one opportunity to live it, and when directed well, one is enough. When effort meets preparation, potential responds, and from there, possibility multiplies. If you never step forward, the result is already decided. Opportunities don't appear for those who stay absent, but when you show up, you place yourself where momentum can form. Failure is part of becoming. It is not optional. Often what feels like loss, delay, or stagnation is actually a moment of recalibration, a necessary pause where strength rebuilds beneath the surface. Sometimes stillness is not punishment, it is preparation. Life moves in cycles. High points and low points are unavoidable. Accept that rhythm. Work within it. Ask yourself honestly, how committed are you? True dedication is rare. Relentless effort is often misunderstood. In a culture that resists discipline, full commitment stands out. Many have never experienced the edge of their own capacity. They've never emptied the tank, never sacrificed comfort for growth. But progress leaves a mark. Milestones reshape identity, and momentum changes how you see yourself. Consistency surpasses talent. It outlasts enthusiasm. At the beginning of every new season, motivation is high, intentions are strong, abilities are present, but few remain steady long enough to see transformation through. Every second matters. Life does not pause. There comes a moment when awareness shifts, when you realize this action, right now, truly matters. That realization has the power to strip away distractions and bring focus to what holds real weight. When time becomes limited, many concerns lose their grip, and clarity rises. Life reveals its value when we acknowledge its fragility. You are here now. That matters. So, ask yourself, if the clock were shortened, what would you change? History remembers individuals who lived with conviction. They owned little, yet shaped everything. They believed deeply. They endured suffering for what they valued, because passion at its core carries cost. They endured discomfort for purpose. They carried weight for others. They paid the price for impact. Life is not gentle. People will challenge you. Pressure will test you. Conflict is unavoidable. Do not absorb every blow personally. Learn the lesson without carrying the wound. When something goes wrong, develop the strength to examine your role. Growth begins with responsibility. The ability to self-correct is a skill few cultivate, yet it separates progress from stagnation. Look at yourself with honesty, from the outside, and ask where improvement is required. Your future is ahead of you, not behind you. The past provided instruction. This moment provides direction. It is possible to misstep completely and still realign. It is possible to recover fully and rebuild with intention. So ask yourself, what kind of reality are you creating? Are you actively shaping outcomes, solving problems, adjusting direction, influencing results? Or are you responding endlessly, allowing circumstances to dictate your next move? Allow what is going to happen. Well, I can tell you right now, if you live in a reactive, at some point you have to stop waiting for reality to change. Because if you truly want to build the life you imagine, you must choose to live with intention. A reactive life keeps you stuck. A proactive life moves you forward. If you find yourself lost in the middle of uncertainty, no clear direction, no clear path, start moving anyway. Take a step. Because clarity does not come from standing still. It comes from motion. Your view does not improve by waiting. Your perspective changes when you move. You have to begin, take action, take steps, create momentum, so your vision can sharpen and your understanding can expand. And if the worst happens, if you realize you chose the wrong direction, then you adjust. You turn around. You correct your course. That is still progress. But staying frozen, doing nothing, refusing to act, that is slow defeat. That is choosing stagnation. Do not let that become your story. Accountability changes everything. It means you stop outsourcing responsibility for your life. It means you acknowledge what happened so you can improve what happens next. Blame removes your power. Ownership restores it. Even when circumstances were unfair, even when you did not cause the problem, it remains your responsibility to respond well. That is where growth begins. Take responsibility for all of it, because that is when progress accelerates. That is when life starts to open. Real change happens when remaining the same becomes more painful than moving forward. And one day, you realize something powerful. The fears, the insecurities, the moments of embarrassment you carried early in life often become the foundation of your greatest strengths later on. Choose your target carefully, because what you aim toward shapes how the world reveals itself to you. If everything feels heavy, hostile, or hopeless, ask yourself whether your focus is aligned with what truly matters. Many people suffer quietly while appearing comfortable. They keep adding possessions, distractions, and routines, yet their inner world remains restless and unfulfilled. There is a prison people live in without bars. The prison of thought, the prison of emotion, the prison of believing they are insignificant, unseen, or without purpose. Suffering often grows where potential is ignored, where dreams are postponed, where purpose is avoided. There are people listening right now who have carried an idea for years, who have delayed a vision for over a decade. That is where possibilities fade. That is where momentum disappears. So decide right now what the next 3 actions are, not 10.
Imagine writing down 3 priorities for tomorrow and waking up to complete them. Then imagine doing that consistently for years. Consider where that discipline would take you. Stop bargaining with yourself. Make the decision that the cost is worth it, as long as it aligns with your values, your integrity, and your responsibility to those who matter to you. The internal debate, the constant questioning of whether you belong where you are, drains your energy. It fractures your focus. But when you commit fully, when your attention sharpens, your dream becomes worth the sacrifice, and the weight you carry now prevents regret later. You may lose people along the way. Those who resist your growth may step aside, and that is not failure. Sometimes you gain better connections, sometimes those around you rise as well, but always consider the cost of doing nothing. Self-doubt does not have to stop you. It can challenge you. It can awaken curiosity. It becomes the question. Let me see what happens if I try. What changes when you decide you are capable? What shifts when you choose a new standard for yourself? When you act, even on cold mornings, difficult days, exhausting nights. Consistency separates those who wish from those who become. And the person who learns to rise, to stay focused, and to persist is often driven by something deeper than motivation, a refusal to disappoint the life they were meant to live. Change is not reserved for those who are desperate. It belongs to those who are willing. Willingness begins with a decision. Sometimes that decision is shaped by pain. Sometimes it comes from the instinct to survive. But pain is not a requirement for growth. You do not need to reach the lowest point of your life to choose differently. Transformation is always available to you. If you can find the courage to ask for more, then release the weight of other people's opinions. Build the life you know you are meant to live. Care deeply about the people who truly matter. And understand this. Some of the very people you are hoping will support you may be the ones discouraging you the most. Move forward anyway. Here is something important to remember. What you give your attention to shapes what you experience. Shift your focus, and your emotions will follow. Change how you feel, and your life begins to change with it. Picture yourself staying in the same situation you resent 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Really picture it. You already know you are uncomfortable. You also know that staying still will make it worse. So ask yourself honestly, which is more frightening, action or remaining stuck? Your mind may send signals of fear, doubt, or fatigue, but it does not get to control your behavior. Not anymore. Yes, there will be setbacks. There will be days when you feel defeated, but feeling low does not mean you are failing. Feeling discouraged does not define your worth. And feeling uncertain does not remove your ability to take the next step. Because without change, nothing changes. Allow yourself to be open. Allow yourself to be honest. When you sense that you are operating beneath your ability, when comfort replaces challenge, growth slows, expansion stops, and you begin to settle. Your dream is not unrealistic. It is necessary. And the hardest part of change is choosing differently than you did yesterday. The moment you decide, discomfort will follow, because you are stepping away from familiarity. Some people cling to old pain because it feels known. They repeat past stories instead of writing new ones. They place faith in what has already happened instead of what could still unfold. So, what have you learned about fear? You move through it. Take action while the doubts are loud. Most of the scenarios you imagine will never happen. Fear dissolves once movement begins. The longest moment in life is the hesitation before you start. Difficulty has an interesting nature. It feels overwhelming when it is unfamiliar. But repeated exposure turns difficulty into routine. What once felt unbearable becomes manageable. Not because the situation changed, but because you did. Your history is evidence of your capacity. If you survived what is behind you, you can handle what stands ahead. Growth depends on perspective. What feels heavy today may feel ordinary tomorrow. There will be moments when quitting feels tempting, moments when effort seems pointless, moments when setbacks arrive one after another. You may question your ability. You may question your path. There is no secret formula. Progress belongs to those who refuse to stop. What stays hidden cannot be restored. Healing happens through exposure, through trust, connection, and vulnerability. That is how we rise together. That is how we fight forward. Even if you do not win every battle, even if the outcome is uncertain, there is one thing that remains undefeated: your spirit, standing your ground with integrity. Most people withdraw at the first sign of resistance because they have never learned how to endure pressure. If it is hard for you, it is hard for everyone, is a victory no one can take from you. To stand, to resist, to continue. That is what winning looks like. When circumstances turn dark, choose to be the one good thing in the room. People often forget this. Trees lose their leaves every winter, yet they remain rooted. And when spring returns, growth begins again. Each season adds strength. Each year builds resilience. The strongest trees are not sheltered from storms. They are shaped by them. Let me share something else with you. When you know, deep within yourself, that there is something you are meant to do, you feel it. Every person is born with purpose. Every person carries potential. And that inner goodness carries responsibility. The responsibility to express it fully.
Most people avoid challenge. That is why persistence alone sets you apart. Greatness is quiet, it is often lonely, and it demands consistency. True greatness lifts others when hope feels distant. Greatness is built in repetition, day after day, setback after setback, progress followed by struggle. Yet persistence remains. It is never one moment. It is a collection of endurance. Every person has been given something valuable, and it is not optional to withhold it. You carry something unique, something only you can bring into the world, something only you can initiate, something only you can fulfill, and it was never meant to remain unused. If you are not actively filling your life with purpose, with meaningful work, with a mission that reflects who you truly are, then empty spaces begin to form. And those empty spaces do not stay quiet. They invite confusion, distraction, and self-doubt. When a person avoids living in alignment with their true identity, something dangerous happens. The noise increases, excuses get louder, opinions multiply. There comes a moment when discipline must speak louder than comfort, a moment when talking less and working more becomes essential. This is not said harshly. It is said with clarity and respect. Lower your head, focus, commit to the work in front of you. At this phase of your journey, there will be an extended season of silence. No applause, no explanations, no announcements about future plans, just consistent effort, day after day. The mind will resist this process. It craves ease, it seeks safety, it prefers familiarity. But comfort rarely produces transformation. Progress requires pressure. Growth demands resistance. When you challenge the boundaries of what feels safe, something powerful happens. You begin to expand. You begin to strengthen. You begin to evolve. Every single day presents an opportunity to alter the direction of your life. One decision, one choice. A single reckless moment can change everything instantly, but so can a disciplined decision made with intention. The difference is timing. Destructive choices deliver immediate consequences. Positive choices often require patience. The reward comes later. But when it arrives, it lasts. What you choose today matters more than you realize. The quiet work you commit to now is shaping the person you are becoming, even when no one sees it, even when it feels slow. This journey demands courage, discipline, and unwavering focus. But every step forward, no matter how small, builds momentum, and momentum changes lives. If this message resonated with you, take a moment to reflect. Ask yourself what area of your life needs more intention, more effort, more commitment. Now, I invite you to engage. Share your thoughts in the comments. Tell us what this message stirred in you. What did you feel? What decision are you ready to make today? Your voice matters, your story matters, and your next decision could change everything.